Good day, good day, and welcome to the Great Pop Culture Debate YouTube channel. Here we are going to talk about the big cast reveal today for Drag Race Down Under Season 4, not RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under, because it has a new title and a new host in Michelle Visage. My name's Eric Rezsnyak, and I am joined today by my two fabulous panelists. Please put another shrimp on our Bobby. It's Bob Erlenback. Hi, Bob.
Hello.
And please welcome our Carissa, Queen of the Desert, Karissa Kloss.
Thank you for having me.
And Carissa actually sews, so she can actually talk about these promo looks with some level of authority that Bob and I are just making shit up. But we're gay,
right?
And we know what we like. Exactly.
Your your closet full of matching separates.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it's true.
It is true. Which is actually a good segue into this promo theme, which I think was supposed to be Dollhouse, so they're all trying
I took
to be
Barbie away
dolls.
from it, like definitely a Barbie vibe to it.
Or maybe it's just whore. I don't know. But I feel like there is definitely a Barbie/doll theme here, but it was broad enough that the girls could really do whatever they wanted, and it worked. I think, personally, it's the most successful Down Under promo theme we've had, personally. I think they all look great, and so we're going to jump right into it. Let's start by discussing our new host with the most, Michelle Visage. It's her big step up, and I want to ask Bob, what do you think of all 5 pixels of this promo image of Michelle Visage in her new role as host of Drag Race Down Under? Bob, what do you think?
I think she looks great. I think it's Michelle is so rare that she gets better and better with age. Like, she looks phenomenal in recent seasons, recent years. So I think she looks incredible here. I love the outfit. I love everything about what's happening there. Her hair is, I don't know what's happening there, but it's amazing.
Yeah, stunning. Carissa, what do you think of Michelle in this promo image?
I think it's great. She's really giving like Barbie crotch vibes here. And it's interesting because we usually only really see her from like the waist up, shoulders up, except for the entrance shots on the runway for other Drag Race. So it's really cool to see her full body just really owning this. She seems ready to take the lead on this series.
I agree. And you know what? I love it when someone gets their moment, right? And this is Michelle's moment. She's earned this. She's worked really hard for many years. And I am rooting for her to just absolutely knock this out of the park. And by the way, in case you don't know, it is Michelle, but she'll be joined by Reese Nicholson as kind of her number 2. And then they're going to have a rotating panel of Down Under Queens, who will be the third guest judges for each episode, which I think is a great format. The last thing I'll say about this is why I think that the theme was dolls. This is giving sex doll. I think that's like the inspo for this particular look, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, let's get into these queens. First up, we have Brenda Breast from Melbourne, Australia. Bob, what are your thoughts on Brenda's promo look?
I kind of love it. I don't know if I'm alone, if I will be alone in that, but I just think it's a lot of fun. In her welcome, or in her Meet the Queens thing, though, she talks about how she has like Priscilla inspiration in her drag. I don't see that in this look, and maybe it's just because it's the promo look, so I'll be interested to see if she brings some of that to us. But I think I love this look. I think it's a lot of fun. I think she's having fun with it in the picture. So kudos to you. Brenda Breasted, and
Panini Breast. Carissa, what do you think about Brenda?
I'm a little not as impressed as Bob. I get what she was saying. I think she called herself kind of campy, but this outfit just it feels too generic to me. It's not simple. It looks good, but I don't get what her personality is from this. I also feel like her eye makeup doesn't match the outfit at all. It's
That's
like
true.
Baby blue, baby pink, and it just something feels a little bit off. It's like you took the doll and then you put her in different clothes, and they're not really Barbie clothes. They're like knockoff Barbie, and it just doesn't fit as right.
Narby.
I hear Barbie. Yeah, I hear that. I still personally enjoy it. I do think she looks like a camp old time. She's 24, which shocked me. I would not have guessed that. To me, it is very, very, very close to Trixie Mattel's All Stars 3 promo look, which I
Hmm.
may have been a deliberate nod, I don't know, but when you're going to do something so close to that amazing iconic look, you're going to be judged harshly against it, and I think that's probably what's happening to good old Brenda here. But I liked her Meet the Queen a lot. I'm really looking forward to see what she brings this season. Next up, we have Freya Armani. I'm going to start with Carissa. What do you think of Freya?
Oh, I think she looks great here. I love the giant star earrings, and she's giving this really kind of like hip, fresh, funky vibe. You definitely get the kind of hip hop pop girl thing that she was saying, her descriptors for her own self. I definitely see it in this picture.
Bob, what do you think of Freya?
Yeah, I really liked her Meet the Queens. I thought she had some good pop and bubble to her personality, and she was having fun with it for sure. I think she's the one that made the cute little wink to the camera,
I
if I'm
think
not
so.
mistaken. But there's something about the outfit that's off for me. I don't love it just on its face, but I don't know if there's like weird wrinkles. Maybe it's just the image. I don't know if Carissa can help me there or not. Is it a sewing thing or not? But it doesn't, to me, it doesn't look incredibly well made. But anyway.
Yeah, I think it's a little costumey, and also I think part of that is that it's got those hip cutouts on the sides.
Mm.
So like the fabric can't really drape super great unless it's managed very delicately. And I'm sure this took a lot of time, but probably not as much time as she wished she would have had.
And I mean, satin is a vicious mistress, and it
Yeah.
looks. I see what Bob is saying about the wrinkles. I think it's such a fun concept. To me, it's giving disco boogie wonderland. Love the vibe she's giving. Not to confuse her with
Not
the
to
actual
confuse her
Queen
with
vibe. We'll get
Vibe.
to later on. But no, I think she seems really fresh. As Bob pointed out, the word that came to mind watching her meet the Queen was bubbly, and I'm so excited that she's on the season. She seems like a lot of fun, and I love a queen who takes a big swing for a promo look. This is a big swing even if it doesn't fully connect. So kudos to you, Freya.
Love
Next
the
up,
hair.
love the
Yeah.
hair. Speaking of some interesting hair, we have Cara Ford, and I want to start with Bob. What did you think of Karna's look?
I don't love this. It's not a favorite. There's a lot happening. I don't think the top fits very well. And in the Meet the Queens, it didn't really look as though it was fitting all that well. It didn't even really look all that well constructed. And then we have the Art Simone skirt on and the hair that just doesn't work for me. Um, I'm not trying, I don't want to be super mean about it. It just is not for me.
My
So
my assumption is this is supposed to be a nod to it's the Cynthia doll from Rugrats. Am I right, Carissa?
That was exactly the vibe that I got from it
thank
too.
you.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out the Nicktoons connection to it all afternoon. I'm like, what is that wig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be a Cynthia nod. And I mean, Bob and I are ancient, so like I didn't watch Rugrats, but Carissa, tell me what you think about this look.
Yeah, my notes for her were Rugrats hair and Filipino. It feels she's the only one that makes me think that the promo was doll and not specifically Barbie because she's the one who's giving me. She couldn't be like pop singer Barbie or cowgirl Barbie like the rest of them could. But I think it's memorable, but I also think it's a little bit disjointed, as Bob has mentioned.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. It would be my lower half. I like the concept, but it's very much for the millennial, and I would say basically just millennial, right? Because I think Gen X and do the Gen Zs even know what Rugrats is? I don't know. I do like her name. I love a good pun name, and her name is a pun, but only if you speak it with an Australian accent. It's a pun on can't afford, and I always give it to a queen who's got a good punny name. I think Karna seems like it will be a lot of fun on the show. I'm not sure if this was her best foot forward as a promo look, but we'll see how she does. Next up, it is Lazy Susan. And I want to start with Carissa. What do you think of Lazy Susan?
Well, first, speaking of great names, I love this one.
Hmm.
I think she might have my favorite of the season. I think this is a great look. It is expensive. It is very well put together, and she went all out. The hair matches, the jewelry, everything is kind of to doll scale. I love the chunky heel here. She said she was funny and she wants to do Snatch Game Redemption for Down Under, and I would love to see it. She also in the face gives me this very sort of beautiful Theresa May look, and
Mm.
I'm totally here for it. Her makeup is exquisite. This outfit is perfect and expensive, but not flashy. I can't wait to see what she does.
I was getting Polly Pocket from this. Is that
Mm,
wrong? I
could
never
No,
be.
I
played
can
Polly
see I
Pocket.
can see how you can take that away.
Yeah. Bob, why don't you tell me about what you think about Lazy
Yeah,
Susan with
thanks
the
for
look?
clocking that mug, Carissa, because I was like, what is that face? And it's definitely a Theresa May vibe for sure. Love
Yeah.
it. No additional notes on the outfit from Carissa. Like it's just really, really well done and a lot of fun. And
Mhm.
to me, I walked away from the Meet the Queens remembering her the most. It maybe because they closed out the Meet the Queens with her for that video, but she definitely was saved to the end for a reason because she definitely brought the personality and the fun, and she will be a lot of fun to watch. I think so. I'm hoping that that'll be that she'll be great and fun to watch.
Yeah, she's a standout for me. She's a standout personality wise. I think this costume is brilliant. It's kind of simple in its silhouette, but as Carissa pointed out, the scale of it is very deliberately playful. It has that plasticky sheen to it. I think it's really thought out, and she had a vision. I think she executed it perfectly. So, kudos to you, Lazy Susan. Nothing about this says lazy to me. So I'm
Mm-mm.
very excited about her on this show. Next up, we have Lucina Innocence. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I'd like to start with Carissa. What do you think of Lucina?
So I really like this. She is giving me this kind of Gen Z princess vibe. I don't know if you know the band Pom Pom Squad, but their singer dresses very much like this. It's sort of like a Gen Z Sailor Moon corset frilly, but like has a little bit of a punk vibe, and that's exactly what I'm getting here. Her mug is gorgeous. Hair and makeup stunning. Kind of no notes.
Interesting. Bob, what are your thoughts on Lucina?
She does look great. Her mug is great. I think the outfit could be more. I think she could have gone a little bit bigger with her promo look. Um, I watched her meet the queens, and Lucina is a queen that is affected by her height, according to her meet the queens.
What's a
So
height?
her height. So I'm going to be very excited. And if you get the reference, everybody, please drop it in the comments below. Um, Her Meet the Queens did not really stick out to me. She was very monotone, very one level, very. There was a little bit of a delusion to her impression and thought of her own self, I thought. So let's hope she can live up to that in the season. But I didn't walk away really with a huge impression from her.
Yeah, to play off of your reference here, I found her Meet the Queen to be a swirl with a stiffness. Um,
Yes.
Gorgeous, beautiful gowns. But I was like, I need you to give me more. I need you to be a little bit more magnetic, and I wasn't getting that. I wasn't repulsed, but I wasn't pulled in. I am with Bob on this one. I hear what you're saying, Carissa. It is a beautifully made look, but you're just never going to excite me in a promo look when you're giving me a fancy corset and stockings. It's just never going to wow me. Period. So,
I wonder if she's really playing to her Gen Z audience.
you know
It's
what? I
possible.
love that for her. I
Yeah.
do. And that would explain why it's just not landing for me. But she looks beautiful. She's 6'7" in heels, which is
Oh.
basically real estate. So I'm excited to see what Lucina does this season. Next up, it is Mandy Moobs, and I would like to start with Bob.
I loved her Meet the Queens. I thought she had some great personality to bring. I will say overall, the Meet the Queens, I felt it was pretty level throughout. There wasn't a lot of breakthrough. She was one that did. So I hope there's more personality writ large for the whole group into the next season, into the season. This look, she's lost in it to me, at least in the promo image for sure. But there seemed to be a lot of fabric, and I know that she is a sewer for what were some of the queens, Kitamine
Yeah, Kita,
and
she mentioned.
um, Ashley Madison, etc. Which where were your pasties, Ashley Madison? But
Pasty Gate.
I don't know. I don't have a ton to say other than I don't really. I'm not impressed by the look. It's a little bit too much for me with not enough kind of definition, or it's just a bunch of fabric.
Interesting. You just wrapped fabric around yourself. Carissa,
Hmm.
what do you think of the look?
But look at how many hems.
I see that.
See
I
Actually,
where you
do.
look.
I really love this. I agree with Bob.
It's
I don't like
lined.
it in this. I don't like it in this pose, but in the group shot where she's not holding it up, it's better. And it's great. It's got great movement in her Meet the Queens. She's kind of moving it around. It's like it's a baby doll dress, but she's like wearing the whole duvet. Like, I love this. She's the sewist with 15 years of experience. I mean, I love her already. I'm like so in. I think her hair is great. That mug is gorgeous. She's very pretty. And she feels very confident. She knows exactly what she's gonna give us. She says she's a park and bark queen. So like, all right, let's see it. Here we go. So I'm really excited to see her other looks this season.
I loved this. I think it's a really fun look, and I really enjoyed her Meet the Queen. My favorite wig of the promos, to be honest. I think it's just beautiful and captivating. I'm really excited for Mandy, and I hear everything that you're saying about she being lost in this look, Bob. But to me, I see the detail, I see the level of effort, I see creativity, and that's what I want out of a promo look. So I'm here.
I don't like to confuse effort with results, but that's
Ooh,
just me.
okay.
I think it's really so much this pose, though. I think it's a little unfortunate.
I can see how well it is made, 100%. I just think it's. We'll get to another queen who I think the same of in these, but like she's just really swallowed. Maybe it is this pose, Carissa, but everything else we said, the hair, the mug, the personality, the park and bark. I love a park and bark, right? Like, so I think we're good.
I'll just say that I'm never going to complain about being swallowed, and also I'm just finally to get some representation for the moob community. That's what I'm here for. So, moving on, we have Max Drag Queen, and I'd like to start with Carissa.
I like this. I really like her hair. I don't know what my drag queen hair deal is these days, but like hers is simple, but it's huge and it's full and it's gorgeous. I love this dress. It's really interesting to see more up close in her Meet the Queens, the way that it's patchworked and the cutouts, like there's symmetry but asymmetry. You've got the checkered flag, drag race nod. Like, she seems like a referential queen, and I'm here to see it. Her mug is also great, and she sort of is giving me Cracker vibes. I think it might just be the high blonde pony, but I'm excited to see her too.
I see her mother, Isis Avis Loren, very clearly in the makeup. Bob, what do you think about this look?
Love the look. A feast visually. Like, my eyes are moving to different parts and really capturing it and taking in different parts of it. I think it's really, really fun. And I think different than what the other queens are doing overall in this whole batch. Everything, I co-sign almost everything Carissa just said. I didn't take a ton away from her Meet the Queens from understanding who she is, other than the most interesting fact about her is that her name is Max, both in and out of drag. It's her name. And I felt like she wanted to put the drag queen in there, but then she would have been clocked for Bob the drag queen. But yeah.
Yeah, I love the look. I think it's amazing. I think it may be one of my favorite ones for this entire promo.
Agreed.
I'm wondering if she was trying to go for like a play on the rag doll with the scraps put together, like modern referential rag doll.
I can see some Sally from Nightmare.
Sure. My main issue here, and this is such a dumb thing to complain about because like who fucking cares, but the name Max Drag Queen, like you can pick anything, like literally anything. And you went with Max Drag Queen? We already have a Max. And like the branding challenges that you have created for yourselves for no reasons, but whatever. That's your name, and love that for you. Excited to see Max on the season. Moving on, we have Nikita Iman. I'm going to start with Bob.
This is my favorite of the whole bunch. I don't know if anybody else will agree. Absolutely love it. I did not love it at first because I didn't know what was happening. And the more I looked at the outfit, and it becomes more and more interesting to me. And I thought about it being like, if the string on your loofah comes apart and it starts to like separate, and then we just wrapped it around ourselves, but high fashion. And the body is phenomenal.
Yeah.
She's giving me Zumani the Muse. I can't talk this evening, but and I believe, if I remember correctly, she is part of some ball culture as well. She won some ball culture balls, etc.
Yep.
I did enjoy her Meet the Queens, her personality. I think she's from Samoa also. If I'm not mistaken, this was the one. But yeah, love the look. I'm really into this look, and she looks great, and her body is phenomenal in it.
I'm so glad you clocked the loofah because to me, the first time I saw this is this Gale is being attacked by the most aggressive shower loofah in the history of the world. But she's like, you know what? I'm still going to serve it to you. I'm going to be fucking fierce. And she did it. She did it, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder, and Chris, I'm curious for your thoughts on this. I'm wondering if she was coming at this from the perspective when you're a kid, you take a scrunchie or a hairband and like make clothes for your doll with that. I wondered if that was she was going for. Carissa, any thoughts on this?
I mean, that's possible. There were also like, the gem and the hologram kind of performance wear things, right? This is sort of that on I don't know if she's wearing a nude bodysuit underneath this or how this is structured, but my notes are like literally the same as Bob's. Deconstructed loofah, but good is what I wrote. And then body. I love this too. I think it might just be a boa situation. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like not tired of looking at it. I could look at it for so long. And the body that she's bringing and the personality is so great. She says she's from Kiki House of Amon, which means, they're an up and coming. And she started doing drag for ballroom. And I'm so curious to know what her categories are because if she's not in
Face.
body,
Face. It's
yeah,
face,
like,
yeah.
oh man, she's gorgeous. I love this look so much too. And look at the pose. Like Tyra
Hmm.
Banks would be
Yeah.
so proud.
The only other thing that I will add is that we've seen hundreds of looks, promo looks, over the course of the RuPaul Cinematic Universe, and I've never seen anything like this. So
Yeah.
you always will get me with originality, and I love that for you, Nikita Iman. You better fucking work. Next up, we have Olivia Dreams, which I believe is another pun name. And I want to start with Bob. I know you have some thoughts on this one.
I don't like it, and it completely. She's lost in it. She looks like the wallpaper behind her in this promo look, but that bow is just. I get big bows, and I love big bows, and I love it when looks have those. But there's just so much happening with the rest of the look that is lost, and then it is also consuming her. I just I don't love it. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say other
That's
than
okay.
there's not a lot of form to her in this look, and I get that that's probably the type of look that she's created, but I don't know, it's just not for me.
Well, I like big bows and I cannot lie. And I have to say, I actually really did like this look. I get that it's odd and it's uh, kind of iconoclastic, and it does. Like, she has no shape, but I was like, she went for that deliberately, and I think she actually really executed on it beautifully. Carissa, your thoughts?
I think there's just a little bit too much going on here. There's something that's off with the proportion or the scale because I love this kind of baby doll look. And in the Meet the Queens, you can see a little better that top layer is like sheer.
Yeah.
And there's some really good detailing going on here, but it just all gets lost in there's just too much, like the collar and the bow and the giant hair, and then the little bows everywhere else, including the tights. I don't know. But she said that she's a camp queen and she does a lot of comedy and she does show producing and things like that. So I'm thinking that this is probably a pretty good promo look and maybe her runways are pretty good, but what she's bringing us is more than that. I hope so.
I liked it more than I think either of you did. It's not one of
Hmm.
my favorite for the promos, but I don't think anyone did poorly. And I appreciate a queen that again that goes for it. I will agree that like the big collar and the big bow and the choker is a lot of an on a lot, but I love the colors and I like the sheer cover over the darker
Hmm.
bodysuit. I don't know. I'm
Does it
intrigued.
need
I love it.
editing? It needs editing, right? We need to
It
edit.
needs
Yeah,
editing.
yeah,
Tim Gunn would
yeah.
tell us it needs editing. But that being said, let's move on to our final queen, who is Vibe, not to be confused with the Cyndi Lauper movie from 1988, which we love. I'm going to start here with Carissa. What do you think of Vibe?
I love her. She's my favorite of all the promos. I put multiple hearts next to her name. I think she's gorgeous. She's so beautiful. And this look, I mean, I think it's okay in the wide shot, but her close up in the Meet the Queens, it frames her her like upper chest, her shoulder area just so perfectly. Her face, she's absolutely exquisite there. I'm really excited to see what she does because she looks expensive. She looks very put together, and she's Coco Jumbo's sister, drag sister. And yeah, I think she is one of the most impressive mugs of all of these queens. Who none of them look anything less than stunning. So
Yeah,
that's pretty high.
they all look good, which is amazing. Bob, what do you think of Vibe?
I couldn't have said it better than Carissa with everything she just clocked on this queen, and love her. Loved her Meet the Queens. Great personality. I love a Dolly in whorehouse reference dress because that's exactly what's happening here. Another doll, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I just she looks great. She looks like $1,000,000 to me, and she's probably my second favorite look, or maybe it's a tie between. Oh God, I don't know the names well enough yet.
Lazy
From
Susan,
no, not Lazy. Well, you're right. Lazy
Act,
Susan was another. That was in my top three too. The loofah,
Nikita.
the
Nikita.
loofah. So
Yeah.
anyway, yes, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you're interested in trying out for Drag Race, my advice to you is watch Vibes Meet the Queen. That is exactly what you should be shooting for. She's conversational, she's warm, she's inviting you in, but she still is making it very clear that you are not going to fuck with her because the story about like taking out the guys who come to the kebab shack, I was just like, you're incredible. Who are you? How have I not seen you yet? So I'm so excited for her. I think this is a lot of look, but she's pulling it off. And I came in not knowing anything about her, and I ended up leaving the Meet the Queens obsessed with Vibe. And I'm so excited to see her on this show. With that being said, we're going to wrap it up with one final question for my panelists. Since we know that former Down Under queens will be guest judges, who is one Down Under queen that you hope to see on the panel this season? I'm going to start with Bob.
Oh, just one.
Just one.
Okay, then I'm gonna pick Hannah Conda because I want her to say, "You really kicked it in the dick." So
I love the rationale. Carissa, what about you?
I hope I'm not blending franchises, et cetera, et cetera.
Et cetera, et cetera.
You
So
got
Down
it.
Under one.
Yeah,
You're good.
yeah. I just really liked her.
Cockroach look.
And
Yep.
wish she could have stuck around a little longer. So if we can see her again, I'm all for it.
Love, etc. And I'm going to throw in Art Simone, who I think Art
Mm.
Simone was a legend before Drag Race Down Under, will be a legend long after Drag Race Down Under is over. She is doing drag at an exceptionally high level, and I think actually her role as a judge more than it ever was a contestant. So I'm so excited, and I hope to see her on that panel during the season.
Can't-
But that is it. That's our overview for the cast of Drag Race Down Under Season 4. Congratulations, Michelle Visage. We're really excited for you. Congratulations to the queens. We can't wait to watch. It starts on November 1st on WoW Presents Plus. We will be watching it here and recapping it on the Great Pop Culture Debate. So make sure that you go and follow this YouTube channel. Find the subscribe button. It's up here, or maybe it's over here. I don't know where I am. But subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and check out greatpopculturedebate.com where you'll find recaps for Global All Stars, Drag Race UK, Drag Race Down Under. We've done like everything. It's ridiculous. It's sad. It's pathetic. But make sure that you do that and check out our actual podcast, which is how this all started. We have episodes devoted to the best Drag Race lip syncs, the best Drag Race runways, and who knows, maybe we'll do something on Down Under soon. But with that being said, we hope you have a good one. And remember, everyone is entitled to their wrong opinion.